it's good night.
Thanks, Rita. Good evening and welcome to The Late Look North. First tonight, nearly 2 years after the plan to build the HS2 railway line to Yorkshire was scrapped, the land set aside for the project is still being held by the government. The 75-mile route from the Midlands to Leeds remains safeguarded in case it's needed for a future project. The government's promising a decision shortly, but residents there say they are living with the constant threat of the scheme being resurrected. Here's Spencer Stokes.
Between London and the Midlands, construction of the HS2 railway line is well underway. In Birmingham, a site has been cleared for the city's new high-speed station. Trains were supposed to run from here all the way to Leeds, on a route that would have passed Bramley near Rotherham, where the railway was going to be squeezed in between homes and the M18 motorway. The plan was scrapped in 2021, but the land needed remains safeguarded, meaning the government could still develop it.
Safeguarding perhaps sounds like a good thing, you know, the safeguarding, making people safe. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. What they're doing is they're safeguarding themselves. I think anybody with any brain would accept that after 10 years of studying a route, changing it 3 times and then putting it on hold, surely it would be common sense to say enough is enough, you know, we can't find a viable option, we need to call it a day.
And the boundary of my land is the fence there.
Jean Rogers moved into her home in Bramley just before the HS2 route was announced. A fence separates the garden from safeguarded land.
It's still there. You do get on with your life. You've got to get on with your life as best you can and just hope and pray that it doesn't happen. Something you've got to live with for the time being, but the sooner that it's settled, the better everybody will feel.
Across the north and the Midlands, in many cases...
When the government said it was cancelling HS2's eastern leg to Yorkshire, it promised to look at ways of getting HS2 trains to Leeds, either on an existing railway or some form of new line. Supporters still hope that will happen.
Anyone who's been inconvenienced and has seen uncertainty in their own lives about their own homes, I have nothing but sympathy for them, and I can only imagine how difficult this has been. I've written to the Rail Minister today, making very clear my concerns, that what we haven't got yet is an answer for Leeds. We've got a deadline now, another deadline, and I think we've heard that this is going to be soon or very soon, so many times. It's now a year and a half since the integrated rail plan, and what we can't do is wait any longer.
The Department for Transport says a decision on HS2 trains coming to Leeds will be made shortly. And then the future of 75 miles of safeguarded land should become clearer. Spencer Stokes, BBC Look North, Bramley.
A man has appeared in court charged with possessing an explosive substance after a bomb disposal team was called to a house in Rotherham. 12 homes in Wingfield were evacuated on Friday. Police found 2 suspected improvised explosive devices. Brett Ainley, who's 41 and from Treefield Close, was denied bail and is due in court again next week. Now, Sheffield Steelers forward Alex Graham has died at the age of just 20. Alex signed his first professional contract last month and made 81 appearances for the Steelers. In a statement, the club says everyone is heartbroken. Yorkshire ambulance workers have been on strike again over pay and staffing levels today. The Unite union says further walkouts are planned until the government makes a fair offer. Ministers have previously said the union's demands are unaffordable. Now, mortgage advisors at a Leeds-based debt charity are encouraging people to reach out for help. Step Change says more and more people are struggling to pay their mortgage. Last week, interest rates rose again to 5%. The charity says people are taking desperate measures to cut costs.
What we would say is people don't have to suffer on their own. We are going through a once-in-a-generation, if not more, cost of living crisis. And if anything positive can come out of what is an incredibly horrible situation, I'd hope it is that we can get a bit better of talking about our financial problems and asking for help from organisations like Step Change.
A group of adult learners from Barnsley have created new artwork which has gone on display in the town centre's library. It's inspired by a poem about the new look of the centre of Barnsley and how the area has changed over the years.
The learners that we work with are struggling with well-being, and it's holding them back in life, whether it be work or socially, and so they come to us and learn how to develop their confidence, change their mindset, develop their self-esteem.
And a minke whale has been filmed leaping out of the sea near Scarborough. Wildlife photographer Steve Shipley was dolphin spotting when he got a rare glimpse of the whale breaching the waves. While it's not uncommon to see sea whales, porpoises and dolphins off the Yorkshire coast, experts say minke whales rarely appear above water. Well, Keely's here with the weather. What have we got to look forward to, Keely?
Not a lot, Mark. It looks pretty miserable tomorrow. Not miserable, but it's certainly going to be a disappointing day. A lot of cloud in the forecast. And even though it won't be raining all day long, there will be some rain at times, and it certainly will feel cooler than of late. But we are going to see the heat rising again into Wednesday. Not as hot as the weekend, but a muggier day, and certainly a muggy night Tuesday into Wednesday. Later on Wednesday, this cold front will freshen things up again for Thursday. So out there at the moment, it's dry and fine with clear spells overnight. Towards the end of the night, we'll start to see a little bit more cloud creeping into western and central parts ahead of the rain tomorrow, and temperatures will fall back to around 10 or 11 degrees. So if you're up and about very early, there may well be some brighter skies in the east, but quite quickly it will cloud over, and it will be an overcast day tomorrow with outbreaks of rain and drizzle spreading from the west on and off through the day. It won't be as breezy as today, but temperatures will be a little lower, up to around 19 or 20 degrees. A humid night into Wednesday, and Wednesday will be a humid day as well, Mark.
Thank you, Keely, and thanks to you two for watching. Now, Claire's back with your breakfast bulletins tomorrow morning from 6:25 as part of the BBC Breakfast. But from all of the late team, have a good night.